Boxing First with G Funky Boxing is brought to you by Pure Air Mechanical, heating and cooling, commercial and residential.
It's Doug Fisher, editor-in-chief of Ring Magazine. I'm watching G Funky Boxing.
I'm Raul El Diamante Marquez, and you're watching G Funky Boxing.
Yo, what's up? It's Joshua Franco, WA World Champion, and you're watching G Funky Boxing.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Fernando Vargas Jr. Make sure you guys subscribe to G Funky.
It's Gary Flores Jr. here, Stockton's King. Make sure you subscribe and tune in to G Funky.
If you don't watch G Funky, you got baby nuts.
Sure King Sandoval, shout out G Funky Boxing.
All right, enough of that. What's going on, guys? G Funky Boxing. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification bell. Once again, I want to give a shout out to my sponsor, Pure Air Mechanical. All right, let's give them a hand, guys. If you are in the Northern California region, make sure you reach out to Pure Air Mechanical. They do all HVAC stuff, man. They did my system last year, and things are running great. So make sure you hit them up and tell them G-Funk sent you, all right? Anyways, I have to do this live real quick, man. Very busy these days, but for those of you that saw my last live, you guys seen that I was promoting a fight party here in my hometown of Sacramento for the Canelo Berlanga fight, and things went well. Things went very well, guys. I'm going to share a video with you guys here real quick. What's going on, El Cheeto? Hey, haven't seen you in a while. Thanks for stopping by. My man Joseph Heron as well is in the house. Don't forget to hit the like button, guys. But we have to ask the question: Is Canelo on the back nine? As our good friend Rick Laser would say. Shout out to Rick. Yeah, that's normally what he would say. And look, for those of you who have followed me for quite some time, I was saying this. I was saying this after he fought and beat John Ryder, that I don't feel like he's been the same guy. I feel like he's lost a little bit. Look, he's been fighting for a very long time, guys. This is what happens. This is natural. This is nature. Guys, as they get older, they usually don't improve. They slow down, and he's got a lot of miles on the engine. That tread on the tire is starting to get a little bit low. So, yeah, that's what I think, man. Shout out to Lisa Bells. Thank you for being here. One of my great subscribers there. And I saw you shared the live on Twitter. Appreciate that. Joseph here says, he's not just on the back nine. He's on the senior tour. Oh, boy. Yeah. So I'm going to give my thoughts on the fight itself. Look, I had some pro fighters there with me at the fight party. I was having them do some live commentary in between rounds, giving their thoughts on what they were seeing in the ring to the live audience there. And guys, after about 6 rounds, before I turned the mic on, I asked both of them. I said, guys, I think Berlanga's on survival mode here, man. I don't see him trying to win anymore. And they were like, nah, it's over at this point. He's just trying to go 12. That's what I seen. I believe it was round 3 that Canelo dropped Berlanga with a beautiful left not uppercut, but left hook. That was set up off the jab. He was throwing a real nice power jab to Berlanga's face, in his face. And yeah, because of that hard shotgun jab that he was landing pretty consistently for the first couple rounds, yeah, he was able to load up a left hook off of that thing. And, Berlanga thought the jab was coming again, and instead he goes around with the left hook, catches him clean. The way Berlanga went down, man, I'll be honest, I'll give him some credit for this. I'm surprised he got up from that. Because the way he went down, man, the legs were, they buckled and they were gone, man. I was like, whoa. But again, credit to Berlanga for getting up. He tried for the next couple rounds, but I don't think for the last 6 or 7 rounds, I would say, I think he was just trying to you know what I'm talking about. I got that from you. He just wanted to go 12, man. And that seems to be a thing these days. And that's something I want to talk about as well. He almost went down on those jabs, no chin. Well, those are some shotgun jabs, bro. Canelo, that's all again, that's all set up off of landing that jab consistently, setting it up. He came in, he came forward, had Berlanga on the back foot right away. Um, and that's typically what you want to do to guys who are looking to land a big punch on you. Get them going backwards and take away that power. Take it to him, man. And Berlanga was not comfortable with that. And again, mix that with a combination of a good stiff power jab that Canelo was landing. He's able to set up that left hook beautifully, man. There was some dirty tactics in there from Berlanga, hitting low and holding and things like that. But I feel like he just wanted to go 12, man. I felt like he stopped trying, and that's a big problem in today's boxing, guys. We can't give guys credit for just going 12, especially when you have to pay $90 to watch the fight at home, not to mention the thousands of dollars that people have paid to go see the shit live in person. So, I'm just sick and tired of it, man. Sick and tired of these guys doing this. You got to give the fans their money's worth, man. And unfortunately, Berlanga didn't do that. He didn't even try to turn the tide, to change the momentum of the fight. Nothing, man, after 6 rounds. And to me, that's bullshit, man. Now, Canelo, again, because I do believe that he is starting to fade and he's going into the twilight of his career, he couldn't step on the gas and really push it to Berlanga in those late rounds. Plus, like I've always said this too, guys, and I know a lot of people like to say I'm a Canelo hater, but just from what I've seen from his entire career, he's always been a guy that doesn't really fight hard for the whole 12 rounds. So the fact that Berlanga was able to take it to those later rounds, and then Canelo getting up there in age, it's difficult for him to try to step on that next gear and get guys out of there when they reach that level of the fight. And the funny thing is, the pulse of the fans that were there, a lot of fans that told me at the fight party, they were saying, man, Canelo looked exhausted at the end of the fight. He looked more exhausted than Berlanga. Like, he got tired from punching him. That's what I heard that a lot from several people, guys. And there was hundreds of people at this fight party that I hosted. I heard that from a lot of people that he looked like he was very tired. Let's read some comments here. El Cheeto Boxing says Canelo still looking the same with no power or head movement. He needs to stay away from 175. Got to give that man a hand for that comment. I agree 100%, man. And that's exactly what I said in the Ryder fight. That upper body movement that we're used to seeing from Canelo, we're not seeing it anymore. We're just not. It's not there. There was a lot of ring rust, except Canelo. Hey, Fight Doctor, what's up, man? Good to see you here. See, the best ever says he waited the last few seconds to throw punches. Are you talking about Canelo or Berlanga? Hey, my man, Wheelchair John is here. I'm gonna give him a hand for being here live. Doesn't really catch me live too often. He says, if you give the money's worth, that leads to less fans over time. That's what is happening in boxing. Yeah, these guys got to give a better effort, man. I don't feel like Berlanga, once he realized that he couldn't hurt Canelo with a shot and that Canelo was able to hurt him, he gave up, man. He gave up. What's going on, Boxing Magic? Let's see. Canelo hater, mad. I don't know if you're referring to me or just people in general. The best ever here says Canelo can't beat David. Look, guys, I think even the biggest Canelo fans would concede after what we saw last Saturday that's a tough fight. I know that they're going to root for their guy, and that's fine because they they're a fan of Canelo's, but you have to admit it's going to be a tough fight, especially at this junction of Canelo's career. Oh, you're talking about Plant, Fulton? Yes, yes. And boy, Danny Garcia. First off, let's give a hand to the old man, Ereslandi Lara from Cuba, Guantanamo, Cuba. He gets the win over Danny Swift Garcia. And guys, look, it's time for Swift to retire, man. He didn't look like he had any kind of fight in him, man, at all. And you know what's funny was at the fight party, we planned on doing the fighter introductions for the audience there during that fight. And the reason I did that was because looking at the style matchup, two counter punchers, yeah, I knew it wasn't going to be very entertaining. So yeah, we did it during that one. It was not the most entertaining fight, but shout out to Lara, man. 41 years old, gets the win over Danny Garcia. Let's see, X147 fighting 200 pounders on Memo Juice. Wow, what a surprise. He still dropped him. No, I mean, I'm not saying that he didn't do that. Yeah, he won every single round, Canelo. I didn't give a single fucking round to Berlanga. Not one single round did I give to Berlanga Saturday night, you know? What do you want to see? Wow, you got a lot of excuse. What excuse? I don't This is what I'm talking about, brother. You got to control yourself, man. Okay? Just because I don't like Canelo as much as you, that doesn't mean I'm a hater, blah, blah, blah. You should have got him out of there, man. Really, you should have got him out of there. Berling is a guy that we know doesn't have the best chin. He doesn't have a whole lot of experience at this level. Should have got him out of there. Yeah. I think you should have got him out of there. But I don't think he's got that much left, man. I really don't. And he's talking about going up to fight Bivol. If Bivol ends up beating Peterviev, well, that would be a huge mistake. He got washed the first time. It might get worse in this one, man. I mean, look, if he's going to do it, he's going to do it. It is what it is, but there's no way he beats him. Absolutely, he has no shot at beating Bivol. None. Let's see here. I don't even expect KOs from Canelo anymore. He ain't a KO artist. Well, tell that to his fans, bro. Every fight, he's knocking somebody out, according to them. It just doesn't happen. Doesn't mean that he's not a good fighter, but again, this is all stuff I've been saying for a really, really long time, guys. Really, really long time. I'm talking about back when I first started this channel. Anytime I would do a prediction video for Canelo, you know, his fans would bombard my comment section. This is long before any live. You could do any live and get live comments. Yeah, they would just bombard my comment section with Canelo by KO. He's too powerful. He punches too hard. And then it doesn't happen. I expect too much. Well, I guess you expect too little. Or not enough, I should say. It's all right, bro. He got the win. Like, I don't understand why you're getting mad. This is funny to me. Let's see. Give Canelo Bud Low opponents. He'll definitely turn into a KO artist. I mean, well, let's look at it, man. Since he's moved up to super middleweight, who's really been his toughest challenge, you would say? Caleb Plant? Maybe because of his style? We're not talking Bivol because Bivol's not a super middleweight. He hasn't fought Morel or Benavidez yet. I mean, I don't know. Saunders might have been a tricky style for him. I thought he would give him some trouble. Hey, DJ Mexicano de Tejas is here. He says, I see Canelo fighting Conor McGregor or Jake Paul in the future. Possibly. And I mean, and this is what he said after the fight, you know? Well, actually, things that he said before and after, right? Before he was telling the media, right? I don't care what the fans say. They always say I don't fight this guy, that guy, but I fought everyone. I mean, you haven't fought everyone. I mean, you fought a lot of guys, though. Nobody can deny that. But when you're the guy that everybody wants to fight, that's not a problem. You see, this is one thing that you guys got to understand. And I'm going to give a shout out to Joseph Heron if he's still listening in. But, you know, he told me many months ago, he goes, you know what? when it comes to resumes, man, it's all about opportunities. Certain fighters don't get as many opportunities as other. And look, Canelo is the guy that everybody wants to fight because they're going to get paid. So yeah, it's easy for him to build a resume because everybody wants to fight him. Some guys are avoided until a certain time. And then, yeah, their resume doesn't look so good. So, I'm going to give credit for him, quote unquote, fighting everyone. That's how you have to look at it as well. But then to say something like, well, at the end of the fight, what are they going to say now? I fight. They said I was fighting old guys, but now I'm fighting young guys. What can they say now? I mean, sounds like he just doesn't care anymore who he fights or what people say anymore. And look, that's his prerogative. If he wants to finish the rest of his career just trying to quote unquote rob the bank like Mayweather would say, that's his prerogative. And if fans are willing to pay to see it, then there's no reason to stop it. But the fight that everybody wants to see, we all know, is David Benavidez. And at this point in his career, yeah, he knows that that's probably a very rough night at the office for him. He doesn't want to take that fight unless he's compensated handsomely at this point in his career. Now, the 200 or the 100 million, whatever it may be that he was asking for, I mean, we all know that that's not a realistic number, guys. That's why he threw it out there. But I can tell you this right now. If he was to fight David Benavidez, yeah, he would probably get the highest guarantee of his career for that fight. And me personally, I think it does very well in the pay-per-view department. A lot of people talked about it as well when I was at the fight party on Saturday. A lot of people, man. Let's see here. El Cheeto says, what I like how they shut Oscar De La Hoya up with almost selling out the T-Mobile Arena. UFC needs to remember Mexican Independence Day is a boxing holiday. Yeah, I haven't seen any numbers yet as far as buys for that show or ticket sales, like gate numbers. But we all know Canelo, they sold that place out, man. That's a guaranteed $20 million gate there for that fight. Hey, what's going on, bro? Good to see you here, man. He says, I want to see him fight Oscar De La Hoya. Excuse me. There's probably an audience for that, man. Just being honest, there probably is an audience for a fight like that. Let's see here. I wouldn't advise Canelo going 175. He's given up too many disadvantages. Yeah, he hasn't looked impressive there. Yeah, he got the knockout win over Kovalev, but that's a fight that I feel and many others feel where he was losing that fight and he needed a knockout to win. And look, credit to him, he got it, Came literally out of nowhere because he looked like he was out of the fight to me. But credit to him, man. Let's see. I think it will be Miguel Cotto and that type of fight. Yeah, dude. I think it's a fantastic fight. The fans want to see it. We'll see, man. We'll see what Canelo does if he wants to get in there with the Mexican monster, the way Mike Tyson would say it. But I talked briefly about Lara and Danny Garcia, and again, Garcia just needs to retire, man. He's done at this point in his career. Just too inactive. He's fighting at a weight class he probably doesn't belong in, and yeah, time to hang it up. Looks like he's made a good living for himself in boxing, so ain't no shame in that, man. The Rolly fight was okay. I was kind of in and out. When you're hosting events like I was doing that night, it's kind of hard to focus in on the fights, but I did get a chance to really watch most of the Caleb Plant Trevor McCumbee fight, and that was pretty good. I seen Plant. I think he was dropped once, if not twice, and I seen him hurt a couple times. And then as soon as he hurt McCumbee, the referee just stopped it. Like I didn't agree with the stoppage. Although I'm gonna have to go back and see it again because, like I said, I was very, very busy Saturday night, and it was around the time that that fight was starting to get heated that majority of the fans that came that night were filing in. So I had to get to work, couldn't really focus on the fight. But what I did see from the stoppage, it didn't, to me, it looked like McCumbee should have gotten, a count, being that the ropes were holding him up. He was hurt, no doubt about it. But I don't feel like the referee should have just stopped it like that, man. I was not in agreement with that, with the referee, man, at all. But Plant, gets a win, showed some resilience, and McCumbee showed a lot too, man. Like, see, that's the thing. In the losing effort, he actually showed something, right? By hurting Plant a couple times and even dropping him. This is what I don't understand with fans. Like, they're trying to give Berlanga a moral victory here. First off, there is no moral victories in boxing, okay? You don't get a moral victory for going 12 with a guy that and you lost every fucking round, You don't get a moral victory for that. I've seen some people saying, "Man, his stock is risen from this." Like, really? Like, I think he broke even. I think he's still the same Berlanga that I view him the same and rate him the same as I did before the fight. That's the way I see it. McCumbee, on the other hand, look what he did. He did some real damage in his losing effort. So I feel like if one guy's stock did rise from losing Saturday night, it was Trevor McCumbee. We got another exciting fighter in the super middleweight division. So I would like to see him in there with the likes of Berlanga, Munguia, Morel, Mbili, Benavidez. I think he does well against all those guys. He looks like he's the type of guy that's going to go in there and go out on his shield, man. And that's what we need, man. That's what we need. Yes, sir. Activity. Yeah. And he's been terribly inactive. Lisa says, did you see the box truck showing? I did see that. I wonder how long before somebody tries to shut that down, but I did see that, and that was cool. QT says, what's up, G-Funk? I'm starting this from the beginning with salute. Oh, no, appreciate you, man. Thank you for being here. I want to see Plant versus Berlanga. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing that either. It's a good fight. Desi here says Morel and Benavidez at 175. I'm good with any of these fights. This is the one channel here that you won't hear me say I don't want to see a certain fight. I might tell you why matchups that are talked about amongst fans won't happen because of business. I could tell you that. That doesn't mean that I don't want to see it, though. See, I think people misunderstand that sometimes. Like, if I tell you, right, like, I know there's a good amount of fans on YouTube, at least, that say that they want to see Terrence Crawford fight Teofimo Lopez. And I think there was an incident between the two at the UFC event. But guys, that fight's not happening. And I'm not saying that because I don't want to see it. I would love to see that matchup. Sign me up right now for that. But the problem is both guys have an inflated sense of worth. They both want to get paid handsomely for their efforts, and neither guy historically has been a big ticket seller. And Crawford has made it clear at this point in his career he wants big fights with big paydays attached to it. And Teofimo Lopez is not that. So that fight's not happening, guys. That's exactly why he's not fighting Boots. A lot of people say they want to see him fight Boots. So it's the same thing, man. Boots doesn't bring enough money. And again, another guy who's been paid, way overpaid for his efforts. I mean, the guy just got $3 million to fight David Avanesyan. Like, for what? Hey, subscribe to my guys here. Los Tres Chingones, great channel. Thanks for stopping by. Let's see. So Canelo versus Berlanga didn't sell. No, it sold out. It was sold out from what I saw. So yeah, that's that. I think I want to put that out there because sometimes people misunderstand when I say a fight isn't happening. It doesn't mean that I don't want to see it. I'm just telling you why it most likely won't happen, you know? Who said that? Look, I want to make something clear to you, Boxing Magic. Like, if if certain channels are saying certain things, like, don't bring it here to me. Like, I don't give a fuck what anybody says, bro. To be quite honest with you. I don't, because you know why? Because most of these channels on here don't know jack shit about boxing. They've never done anything in boxing. They've never gone to a gym to talk to fighters. They've never put on a pair of gloves. They're just on here to talk shit. That's it. So for me, like, if people are saying that, I don't know, Crawford deserves a big payday and Canelo doesn't, like, I don't know. I don't know where you're getting that from, man, but that's shit you won't hear me say. All right. What's up with that? I keep seeing that. What happened? I don't know what happened with that. Is there what happened? Did he get into it with Kendrick Lamar too? I don't know. Somebody explain to me what happened there. I don't know. Oh man. I did see him get into it with Tiafimo though. So does the same thing happen with Kendrick Lamar or something? I don't know. Thank you, Fight Doctor. I appreciate it, man. I try my best to educate the fans, man, because there's too much nonsense, man. Not only here on YouTube, but on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. And again, people don't know jack shit about boxing, man. Let's see. No, he got shown on. Oh, okay. Now I get it. So I guess they put the graphics up and it said that Terrence Crawford was Kendrick Lamar. I got you. That's pretty funny. Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more. What's up, Bruce? Hey, man. Speaking of jazz, I was listening to some Allen Holdsworth this morning, bro. One of the best guitar players, man, I've ever heard, and one of my personal favorites. Love Allen Holdsworth, and I love Bruce Gass's channel, man. Great guy. Go subscribe to him. People, yeah, I'm hearing rumblings that I have not heard anything though behind the scenes yet as far as pay-per-view buys. I might hear something real soon. I'm going to be talking with some people later today. As soon as I get word, man, you guys know I usually put those things out there. So be on the lookout for that. Hit the notification bell. This way you don't miss anytime I drop a live. But real quick, guys, yes, Holdsworth was just an outstanding guitarist, man. So guys, before I go, and I do have to run here, I want to show you some highlights from this event here that I put on for the fight last Saturday, and it was a great turnout, guys. So show you real quickly here before I have to take off. I do have something important I have to do here in about 4 minutes, guys. So I want to show you some highlights from the fight party that I had. We had a great time. If you're in the Northern California region, don't miss the next one, guys. All right. We had a lot of fun. Everyone that was there had a lot of fun. And more videos are coming in. You know, as they do come in, I'll share them with you guys. But here we go. All right, there it is, guys. We had about close to 200 people at that event Saturday night, and it was a great time. Like I said, I did fighter meet and greet with Tony Hernandez and Joe Sean James. They're both there. Um, we did raffles all night long. I mean, it was a good event, man, and everybody had a great time. Like I said, if you're in the Northern California region, make sure you come to the next one, guys. All right. Because it was definitely fun. We're going to up the production every time. We're going to get more fighters to come and hang out with you guys to take pictures and things like that. It was a great time. And bro, it's like you just want to argue for some reason. I tell you what, man, next time I have more time, maybe later tonight, why don't you call into the show and then you can argue with yourself, because the things that you're trying to argue with me, I've never even said. Which is just weird. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, it was a fun night, man. A real fun night. So, but guys, I do have to run, man. I got to get out of here. Thank you all for joining me on this, this live, this quick live, real quick. I got to start doing more lives, guys. I got to make more time for it. But make sure you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care and God bless. I'll see you guys on the next one.